Hey everyone, and welcome back for the next episode of our Rags to Riches. Let me at least get in a tractor so we stay dry. Last time we worked on all the farmlands. I think everything is sown in now. So if we take a look here, we can see this is sown in with the weeds. This has canola. This has canola on it, so all the fields are ready. We did do all of the work on the grass field, so we have grass slowly turning into silage. We can also see that the rolling was done. It is fully fertilized. This is all fully fertilized. So basically we are done on our own farm. But, well, we have a ton of lettuce we can sell at some point. And we're slowly running out of water. So I'm still deciding what to do with the greenhouses. I think we're going to sell off one and get rid of it. And maybe build one new one in the new farm plot. And we'll just deal with one greenhouse. I think that's what we're going to do. And we have to get rid of the grass once it's ready. Now next month the canola should be at the high price, so that should be interesting. And in February the lettuce should be at the high price. So 1 month from now we can sell off all of our canola and make a lot of money. And other than that, to this month it will be the silage. Now the silage isn't ready yet, so we might look into contract work. I'm not hopeful that we'll get a good contract, but you never know. There is a harvesting contract, but there are no harvesting contracts available for any of the crops that we can harvest. There's a plowing job though, there's rock removal, there's stone picking, but that's not all what we want to do. So no contracts actually at the moment. So I think I'm just going to drive to the shop first and to the gas station to fill up this beauty, have it repaired, and make sure that we are all good to go with our tractor. And those are also things that I want to start working on the farm not too long from now. Getting our own workshop, getting our own gas tank and all that stuff. So we don't have to drive that far anymore. But let's see. Ooh, 1200 for repairs. That's quite a serious repair. Now that we have a new day, by the way. Let me get in the tractor. Let's check the shop if there's a nice deal out here. We have a fertilizer spreader, which is nice, but I think if we're going for an upgrade, we'll go for the one that can also do lime, because that will actually increase the amount of stuff that we get. We have a teeny tiny tractor. Don't know what to do with that, so that's not going to work out. We have a planter, but I think we have a good planter, so no need for that. We have this loading this machine with potatoes or sugar beets will create nicely packed pallets you can sell. Okay. That's fun and interesting, but also no use for this. And I don't think we have a use for another tractor like this. So there's no deals in the shop that we need to take right now. It's good to know that though. So let me just reverse now and take a drive towards the gas station. That will be the place to go now for some new fuel. And then we'll just have to wait a bit. So let me already speed up time a bit. We'll just have to wait until the silage is done. And I don't think there's a lot more to do than wait for the silage. So we should probably speed ahead soon anyway. And just go ahead and sell the silage. See how much money we have. Hopefully at least enough to buy ourselves a house. So I really want to get our own property. And maybe we also get enough to do the... to get rid of the greenhouses and build one new one. Yeah, we have enough money for this. Oh, I was already getting a little bit anxious, like I don't even have enough money to fill up the tractor, but yeah, we should have enough. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, let's just drive this baby now to the grass farm. And we'll use this one to travel with the bales. Because this one is way stronger than the other one, and it also can go 10 kilometers an hour faster, which might actually be a good deal. There's great demand at the grain mill. Unfortunately, I don't think we have anything to bring to the grain mill, so that is not working out. It would be nice if we had great demand for where we're going to bring the silage soon. That's probably not the case. Time is running nicely now, though, and we should soon check. Probably already check if the silage is done, because then we can slow down time again a bit. Don't think it's done yet though. I think we'll lead. Oh, yep, some of it is done. No, all of it is done. 62,000 at the biogas plant. All right, let's check the place. Let's slow down so that we don't waste too much time. And then we should be able to make some good money. I think we still have the other tractor hooked up to the baling. That's okay. We'll fix that. The biogas plant, I think, is quite a drive away, so having the strongest, fastest tractor to pull the bales will be good. We also have to get one bale out because we have only 23 on the trailer right now. So that is something to do. Let's get out. Make sure we get rid of this one. Is it still hooked up? Looks like it. Yep. Okay. Let's unhook. There we go. Whee! Alright, that's done. Let's already tell them that we want to take one bale out. One please. Start. Okay. There it's standing. Let's hook up the trailer. I don't think we can make that turn in one go and just hook or pick up that bale. So we might as well just go a little bit wide and then pick up the bale. So we make a lovely nice turn here. And then we'll take a straight drive towards the biogas plant. See, it's 1100 meters now, so it's going to take a while. Right, that one is in. Come on, raise the thing. Ooh, whoa, that was a tight turn. Guess it's a bit slippery now that it rains. We can still see that even this tractor needs to take his time to get up to 50 kilometers an hour. So it's not an easy thing for this one. Imagine doing this with the other tractor. So yeah, this is better. I think it'll be all the way up north if we look at the map and its current position, and we'll get to the biogas plant. Now, I've noted if we make as much money as we did last time with this, we should be making around 80,000, I believe. Even though the game tells you it'll be 60,000. Now, if we actually make that 80,000, that will be awesome again. That means that we can buy the 55,000 house and still have like 25,000 left for something else. And then next month, when we sell all of the canola, we'll have another 89,000 or something like that, 80,000. So that should bring us the real money. And then we can get the house. We can probably get the production facility for the wheat. And we might have money to buy a new greenhouse and sell off the old ones. We also have to sell all the lettuce then. That will also bring us in some good money. We'll do that in February, I think. But I don't think there's a lot to do in winter. Plus, I'm kind of done, as you know, with contracts. So, the deal could easily be that we will simply skip a lot of months. Why would we play all those months if there's no real need for it? So yeah. Alright, here we go. Let's take a left turn. Full speed ahead. Woo! There's the weighing bridge. Be a bit careful not to get stuck with the arm. Yes. Here we go. I always take the back one. I don't know why. We can also unload it in the front, I believe. But I always take the back one. Let's get the thing up. No, it's driving off. Little mistake there. There it goes. This should be good, I believe. So let's drop it. Yeah, it's working. Oh, good. I was already getting scared because the bales didn't go away straight away. Now they're pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. We are up to 44,000. 44,000 in one go. Which I think means that if we get the other 24 and we get another 44.5, we actually made 89,000 on this one run, with on the two runs. That is a lot of money. That's way more than the 60,000 I was expecting. We'll have to see if the second run gives us as much money or not. I guess what the game could somehow use is a more dynamic economy, where if you, like us, we just dump 48 bills in a month, that the price should slowly start to drop because there's now so much silage. And then that would also, if it works out with the crops as well, like right now we have quite a bit of canola coming up, so tomorrow we'll sell a lot of canola. that should drop the price for canola because there's an abundance now, and that should kind of encourage you to rotate your crops a bit. So don't just, you know, spam canola because it gives you the most money or whatever. That should incentivize you to use different crops. I don't think that's a system in the game yet. And of course, like, we have only 2 fields of canola, so that should probably not affect the prices too much. But I know there's a lot of videos out there also stating like which are the best crops, which will make you the most money, and then you just build up your farm with that crop. You get crazy amounts of money that way. And I think, like, imagine we have 5 very big fields and they're all growing canola. That should affect the price if we dump all of that. And then maybe for, I don't know, 1-2 years, we should have way less canola prices, way lower canola prices. And we should just grow other crops to really make some money. There might just be mods for that. I don't know, I haven't checked that. But I think that's something that the base game could use to just give you a little incentive to also go for different crops and not just go for the one that gives the highest profit to quickly build up your farm. And the same with the grass. Like, now we don't really have an incentive to go use the grass for something else, except for making as many bales as possible and selling those, because that's what makes us the most money. But then you could get an incentive to sometimes maybe even, like if we only sell silage all the time, that the grass price should go up quite a bit, the silage price could go down quite a bit, and it might actually be more profitable at some point to do a few bales of grass, because that is what's going to get you the money next time. So I don't know, that's just me thinking out loud. What are your thoughts on that? Like, should we try and get into a system like that a bit more? Or now, of course, I also understand that this game is about farming and a little bit less about the whole economy of it, so it could also be getting it too much into the economy side and not on the real farming side. Of course, there's also mods like precision farming, which take farming to the next level in this game. It is something that I'm willing to try out. It already got suggested to me a couple times. I haven't done that yet, and I probably have to spend quite a few hours getting to really know that, so I don't expect any stuff of that soon. But yeah, it could be an idea at some point to go for that. Ooh, that's not really working out. But yeah, it's interesting. I think the economy could use a little bit more dynamic stuff. Will this work on the bill? I don't think so. No. Let's just make sure we pick all of these up, and then we'll just slowly back up soon and get the other one too. We might as well just do it right now. Oh no, that's not gonna work out. It rolled too far out, I think. We'll just do it like this then. There we go. We'll pick it up once we're done with this. Should make sure not to get too close, not to get into issues with the bills. That's what easily happens. And, well, the grass is growing again. It's already, I think, at stage 2 now, but it should stop growing now for the whole winter period. So we only have to do something with this after winter, which is going to take its sweet time. So, yeah. It'll be a lot of skipping months soon. Unless we get, like, I don't know, a 20,000 contract for something. That might be worth it. If not, then we don't. Okay, let's start driving around. You have to keep in mind that it's still wet and slippery, so if you take tight turns like this, it might go a bit slippery. And there we go. Pick this one up, and off we are to the bioplant again. Let's raise things up. And go all the way to the bioplant. If we really make that 44,000 and a half again, we get up to 46. So we get up to 90,000 and a little bit. That means that if we buy the 55,000 house, we are left with 35,000. And I believe we need 36,000 for the first level of grain mill to get the production facility. So we would be very close for that. And we still have, like, I don't know, 8-9 months before we actually do the wheat harvest, and then we actually need that production facility. So we could even hold off on building it for a while till we actually really have to get it. The only temptation with that is if we have so much money on the bank and we get like a perfect deal for a new tractor, for some good pieces of equipment, that you will still spend the money, and in the end we won't have enough to get the production facility. On the other hand, that isn't the biggest issue, because even if that happens, we can just store it and then get the production facility, so that we can still put it in then. But I guess it will be nice if we have it ready to go when we have the production facility up. Now I also wonder if we have a silo on our property, and maybe you all know the answer, so let me know. If we have a silo on our property and we have a production facility on our property, can we automate the delivery of that crop to the production facility, or do you always have to drive the small amounts that you need towards that facility? I don't know the answer to that, actually. I think we'll just have to always manually fill it up. But I know with the greenhouses there's a distributing option where you can distribute the goods. And I guess it would be kind of nice if we could also do that with the production facilities. But I have no clue about that. I think we should be able to use this one too. So let's just try that. If it doesn't work out, I don't know what to do, but we'll try. Yeah, okay, it works. Phew. Oh, look at the money run up. 77. 83. Well, one bill makes good money. Yeah. Another 44,500. So, up to 90,000. I really wasn't expecting that amount of money right now. Can we actually squeeze through with that thing still? Yep. Ooh, nice. Alright. We'll have to deliver this back to the farm with the grass. So we'll have to do some driving again. And then we'll just rush home to our own farm and start picking a house and placing it, hopefully. So let me just skip ahead so we will jump back to the farm. There we are. I deliberately not parked the tractor on here because we have already got the combine on here, and I think that's going to pose an issue when we really start to work on trying to place the farmhouse, because we have to find a place for it, and I haven't really thought about it yet. So let's get into the build mode and figure out how we want to use this land. Now, we didn't make it perfectly flat, and I think that's the way to go. I don't want to have like a perfectly flat land and then put all the buildings on and not work with the terrain. I think the fun should be to work with the terrain, and that's what we're going to do. But for that, I now need to figure out how big this actually is. Oh, this is a lot less big than I thought, actually. I thought it would be way bigger. So we could easily just place it somewhere here and get going with it. On the other hand, if we can place it somewhere in here, in this area, that would also be nice. But I think we need to get like these stumpers and all to get rid of all that we see out here. So what I want to start with now is do a little bit of painting, or maybe start with sculpting, to kind of soften out the area here so that we make sure that that ditch is pretty much filled up. I don't think we did that already. With the softening tool we can do that a little bit. And now let's try and start to expand the concrete here a bit. So that we turn this into land that we can actually use for stuff like the farmhouse. Because I think that makes sense. Now, see, I was afraid of that. Those trees won't go away. So we'll probably have to really get rid of them by chopping them and then getting a de-stumper out of the ground, and then we can use that to probably get rid of it. Can we actually paint roads? Doesn't look like it. But on the other hand, if we continue this, I think we will still be able to place the actual farmhouse here already on this part. And why would I do that? Well, let me just go ahead and align this up with the field. I think by placing the farmhouse out here, we save up a lot of space on this part where we want all of the tools and things. So I think the farmhouse, in the end, will give up some more land here. And if we build the farmhouse out here, I think that would actually be a nice spot to do so. Now I'm also kind of done with all the greens, with all the plants and all. So let's make this, I wanted to make it smaller, so that we actually get rid of those greens, so that we can clearly see what we have here and we don't have any or many more of the weeds growing. We can also then see which are really the plants that we have to get rid of at some point. So that will be a good cause to get the de-stumper or whatever you call that. I've never used that before, but I guess it will be kind of cool to use that at some point. Really want to get rid of the weeds here. Oh, there we go. And then we should be able to just easily build up the farmhouse here, especially when the roads are gone. Well, not the roads, when the roots, when the roots are gone. We'll probably also work on a new system for roads. So I want to build something that looks like these roads, and I think we can do that. We have one for tracks, and if we use the right width and all, we can probably just do that. For now, this will be costly, but also worth it, because we get rid of all the weeds and stuff. Okay, there we go. Now go back to this and make sure that it all aligns properly. We get rid of these wonky areas. Should probably just make this one wider. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way. There we go. Then I think at least we have the room now to place the house out of the way, so that it won't interfere with where the actual farm is going to be. And then this can be kind of the driveway. So this is where we drive onto the farmland. So at some point we might even build up like a little fence or something there. Now, does this fit easily? Oh, look at this. This fits easily. It is on top of the hill, by the way, if we place it right here. This is pretty much more straight than it is out here. So I don't know what's going to happen with the terrain. If I place it here, we can see that there's still a bump out there that we might have to deal with first. So what happens if we use the smoothing tool? Well, I think that really makes it look quite a bit smoother. Don't really know what the effects are on the whole land and terrain and all. But yeah, looks better. I think this looks better. Okay, let's try the house now. How does it look now? We try to place it. I don't know. Okay, look, if we place it right here, I think this is pretty straight on this side at least, so that would make it look a little bit better. We might have to adjust the ground a bit. I'm just scared to place this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to press save now. I've turned off the autosave, so it only saves when I do that. And now we're going to build it. If everything goes horribly wrong, we can always go back. But let's just try and see what happens. Okay, so I want to build it somewhere here, not too close to the farmland. There we go. Ah, see, there we go. So it leveled the terrain. And I guess what we can now just try is yet again to soften the terrain. Start out on this side like this. And then I think on this side it looks okay. I mean, this is just a trailer house, so that's okay. Out here it's floating a bit, so we might have to raise the terrain a little bit here. Let's just slightly, so that it actually works with the house. I think we have to make sure that the house is really all engulfed by ground level. Okay, that's a start. And then if we do that a little bit out here too, and then we smoothen it a bit. See? We now get a little bit better look, I think, on the house. And it's no longer looking that weird, to me at least. And then with the smoothing tool, see? Ah, yeah, I think this is way better. And now we actually have a house. We still have 30,000 on the bank. I mean, we had to spend some on the terraining now, but this is okay. Let's just go. Oh, this area is still a little bit too high by the looks of it. Yeah, this is still... Yeah, that's better. It needs to go up a bit more. It's okay, though. I mean, it might just mean that we have to... we have a little bump here, but not too sad about it. Let's just smoothen out the edges here. And then the house is just standing up there. Alright, let's go check out our house. Yep, it's all in the ground now. That's good. There's a little piece here, but that's all. That's all. Yeah, this is nice. And we now have a place where we can change up. We now have our own place to sleep. Let me just quickly try and fix this little area. With a few little bumps and notches, and then... I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Alright, we have our house. We live very close to our land. We have plenty of space for improvements now. We just don't have the money for that straight away. But this is good. I'm happy with this. Let me know what you feel about this. But I'm pretty stoked for this. It is still November. There is nothing we can sell at the moment that we have to. Our greenhouses are running a bit short on water, though. We don't have the money to actually go there and sell them already. We might just go and let's do that. Let's just go in here, get the cart, start selling some lettuce, and work on the lettuce here to make sure that we make some extra money. So that we can get rid of the greenhouses here. I want to get rid of the greenhouses here. And then we might also expand the grass field quite a bit to this whole area that we have out here. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I'll load up the trailer. I'll quickly load up as much lettuce as I can. And then you will see me selling it. That's probably the best way to do it. We already know how this goes with the lettuce. So let's just skip all of that. And you'll just see how much money we make with this. Okay, so little change of plans. As you can see here, I've loaded up 6 pallets. Times 2, so 12 pallets of lettuce. Those are all ready to be sold. But we're going to leave these on here until we get actually the highest price. Because right now, you can see we get only 3,000 the max. And I want to get the high price, which is at least 2,300 almost. So let's just keep it up with this, because that's 300 more. If we do that with 12 pallets, that's almost 4,000 extra. But what I did do, if we take a look at our stuff, is empty out one greenhouse. This one is empty now. There's only some water in it. I don't actually know if we also have to get rid of all the water in there. I think we should just be able to leave that, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think what we can try to do is go to that greenhouse. It's the back one. And sell it off right now. We still get 8,000 out of it. And then at least we got rid of one greenhouse. We don't have to fill that up anymore. And we're just going to sit with one greenhouse out here. I think that's already a good deal. So let's sell that one off. Yes. And object has been sold. And we will just have that one greenhouse left here. We have to water it though, because it's almost empty. So yeah, that's going to be bad. As you can see right here. It's pretty bad. It needs watering. It will make us less money, but at least we're done with the greenhousing. And later on, we will also start to sell this one and build one in the other site. And then at some point, I think we should also get rid of the bunker. And we can use a lot more land out here. I mean, basically all of this, what we see here, we can turn into grassland. And that way expand the yield of our grassland big time. I think we can almost add like a fourth of the land that we already have and use that for the grass. We also don't need the bunker for anything anyway, so you know what? Why not get rid of that straight away? Let's just sell the bunker. We get another 10,000 out of it. Nice. Bye-bye bunker. Yes. Sold. Okay, well that saves up some area. And then at some point we should just flatten this out again. Make sure that it's all nicely done with the rest of the grass. And after the next mowing of the grass, we can just do a whole terraformation of this little area. Turn this all into grassland. So that will be in the spring. Somewhere up until right here or something. And then we'll leave this to store our equipment. We'll have the baling shed here. And what we do is just have this all for the grassland care. And we also don't have to come back here all the time to do all of the lettuce and stuff, because that's just so much work to do. It's nice money though, but it's a lot of work to be done. That also means that for now, for today, we are done. There are some jobs to do, but I'm not going to do any of those because I simply, for the harvesting things, we don't have the right equipment, and for all the other jobs, I don't really feel like doing them. I mean, 4,500 to do a big job on cultivating, that's just taking me way too much time. So the good news is we can just jump here now and we can go sleep on our own farm. And then the next thing up, we'll be selling all of the canola. I want to see how much money we have after that. We have 49,000 right now. So let's go for the first time sleep on our new farm and then sell off the canola. Good morning. Great demand at the animal dealer. Ooh, that could be interesting for the lettuce actually. 69,074. No, that's not really interesting. Okay, so we should have the high price now for the grain mill. It's December. Max value is that, so we can't really get the high price by the looks of it, but it's very close. I mean, it's only 700 lower, so that should be good. Lettuce, good price, but not the high price. We take a look here, we can see that we're not getting close to the high price yet, although the 3,100 is nice. And if we go for the canola, we can see that we actually do get the highest price on the grain mill. So that's where we'll head. And it's pretty close, that's nice. So we'll do that. It's actually higher than the expected high price. So that's strange that the game tells me that we should expect more. Well, we shouldn't. So let's set it on the grain mill. Let's go fetch our tractor, load all of the canola, and start selling it off. I really wonder how much we're going to make with this. And how well our tractor can do with a full trailer. I don't exactly remember the precise number of how much we can have in this trailer. I wonder if we only have to do one trip. Probably not. Probably have to do more trips. So, oh, I set it to hook up. Please hook up, thank you. We have to get under the silo. That's also a thing we have to move at some point, the silo, because this is of course not in the ideal spot, and it's created a big bump that we rather get rid of than to leave it there. Start filling. Well, there should only be canola in it, so that should be an easy one. Yes, start. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a few trips with the canola. I can see that already. Oh, only 2 trips probably. Oh, yep, 2 trips, 29,000, and then another 1,000. Then we're done. Oh, that's better than I expected. And it's not that far of a drive. That's nice too. And we are in winter now, so we don't have to do much else than this. We could probably go to sleep again. Feels weird though. I mean, you're playing a game, you're trying to build up a farm, and then what we do is a lot of sleeping. But hey, it's winter time. And of course I can do contracts, make tiny bits of money that way. But I think this is more efficient. And I mean, I guess a real farmer also has months where he's busier and months where he's not so busy. There's not a lot of things we have to do on our actual farm right now to keep it going. So, yeah, I think this is just the way it works, and it should be, and the way it goes. Let's get on here. I think we have to go left here and then in between there. Yes, okay. Good. I think this is is this the first time to the grain mill? No, probably not. Okay, let's just drive straight onto the spot. There it says dump the canola. There we go. Let's see the price. We have 48,600 right now. Wow, that's running up quickly. 48,000. And we're getting up to 112,000. That is already 63,000. Now, there will be another 10,000 to come, I think. Canola. Which is a third of what we had here. So a third means another 20,000. So we'll get up to like 82,000, I guess. So I think the number is pretty accurate. That it told us from the get-go what we would get for this. So I don't expect a lot extra, like we do usually get on to the lettuce or the silage. When we sell the silage, we usually make a lot more money. I don't expect that right now. But we'll have to see if that really is true, or that we will actually still make quite a bit more money than expected. For now, though, I wonder if you really enjoy the fact that we're taking it a bit slower, that I do a lot more talking, that I take you more into my thought processes, I hope, and that we just try and figure out what would be the best for the farm. Are you enjoying that? It makes it so that we do a little bit less in an episode, because I'm, like right now, normally I would skip all of this and we would just speed ahead and see how much money we make. Now I'm talking through the whole ride, which I guess can be a lot of fun and peaceful to watch and all, but you never know. So, oh, don't go too far. Start filling, please. Yes, there we go. All of the canola, 10,000. So let me know, are you enjoying this? Do you want me to go back to the old-fashioned way, where we were going a little bit faster, doing a little bit more per episode? Just let me know. I'm good with anything, so don't think you'll hurt my feelings or anything if you tell me this is bad or this is good. All is fine. I'm good with both ways, although I must say I like this a lot. You know, just driving around my tractors, doing all the work and talking a lot. That's, well, I guess it's one of the things I'm better at, talking a lot. Don't know if I actually say much, but I do a lot of talking, so... I don't know, just leave a comment, let me know. There we go, off to the grain mill again. Let's cross this bridge. I do love the leaves on the road, it's a nice little touch. Would be even cooler, I guess, if you drive over them, that you see some of the leaves actually fly over or something like that, but I'm always a bit picky with those kind of details, and I always want more, so probably asking for a bit too much, but here we go, second drop. Let's dump the canola. And we got another 22,000. So if we take a look at the actual numbers, we'll see that we got 86,662 out of the harvest. That's actually, I think, a little bit less than expected. Don't fully remember it, but it's okay. We do have 74,000 worth in lettuce still, so that gets us up to, or over 200,000 again. So we are making good money. Can we actually do a little sneaky turn here, so that we can get back the easy way? Yes. Oh, nice. We don't have to do the long drive around. It's interesting, though, the grain mill almost feels like they didn't really take the route out into account when building this structure. But it's okay. It's fine. We'll just drive. All right, we have 135,000. That is enough to get the production facility. I think it's also enough to get one large greenhouse and put that into our lot. I just don't think we have the spot for that right now where I would like it to be. That's also the case with the rest. We've sown in the field of canola, field 33, and it's a bit of a waste if we just expand our farmland all the time and get rid of the parts that we seeded in. So what I kind of feel like doing is not build too much right now and just hold off a bit. Now we can just drive this one. For now we can do that. If we hold off on getting extra, filling up the space right now, and we can just make sure that we do the harvesting first and then expand the farmland, then at least we got a lot of the money out of it. I think that'll be a way to go right now. And if I would right now try and find space for the production facility, let's take a look. Production facility, it shouldn't be too big. But still, where is it? 36,000, I think, or is it 100? Is it the 150,000 one? Probably. I want it to look nice, so we probably have to get the big one. Debris crusher, 150,000, 180,000. Sawmill, grain mill. See, that's one, but that's a 288,000 one. I think there's a cheaper grain mill. I just don't remember how expensive it was. Yeah, there's the 36,000 one, but that's just an open factory. I don't like that shape. So, I don't really want to get that. I also don't want to get the bakery, the dairy. 180,000. Wow, there's a lot of buildings in here. Dairy, pallet. Did I just miss it? Or is a cheap one not in here? There we have the bakery, the carpentry, the cement factory, the dairy, the cereal factory. But we can't put canola in there. The grain mill. 288,000. Then Isn't there a cheaper one? Ooh, 240,000. We can get the oil mill. Sugar spinnery, Taylor debris crusher, rope maker cooper, Taylor bakery. See, there's a small bakery, potato processing plant, dairy, preserved food. 300,000 though, so that's not the money I'm looking for. Spinnery, preserved food, carpentry, dairy, cement factory, grain mill. So we'll have to get the cheap one apparently. There's nothing between the 36,000 one and the other one. It is what it is, so we'll deal with it. Lots of bakeries in different price ranges, but not for the... Okay. So then the question is, are we going for a full-sized grain mill? 288,000? Or not? I mean, oh, it's not even that big. We just don't have the money for it right now. But I think this would produce quite a lot, though. 288,000. Let me do a quick check. If we buy the big grain mill right here. Oh, we can't. Ah, we cannot buy that one. Ah, that's sad. Owned, available. Is the grain mill available? No. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Well, you know, it is what it is. So we are not getting close to the production facility, actually. So I don't really want to build such an open structure. So we either have to get this one. We have to get the 240,000 one to make oil. I just don't know the oil price. Or we have to come up with a new plan, I guess. Pricing might be interesting now, though. So this is all that goes into fixing, trying to find what you want. You have to go over all these numbers. So canola oil sells for 6,000 almost. That's nice pricing. Can't see yet how much canola we need to put in to make a lot of oil and how quickly that goes. But that is nice pricing. So that might actually be worth it. If we go to flour, that goes for 2,400. Now compared to the wheat, that's more than doubling up. So that is something. Here's the flour. So that is also nice, but it will be expensive to get. I think the oil workshop will probably be pretty slow though. So yeah, we'll have to figure out what to do. Another thing is the silo. Now this one will get us back 9,000 if we sell it. We bought it for... which one is it actually? It is a single one. It's okay height. This is just a silo. Okay. I don't think I see it in here. Is it this one then? Oh yeah, this one. 20,000. We get back 9,000. Okay. We can store 75,000 in there, which is not a lot. This one we can store 150,000 in. 200,000. 400,000. We'll use up most of our money though, and I don't think I'm ready to do that yet. But on the other hand, if we can get rid of that one, that would be helpful. A lot of big price leaps though. I mean, 75,000. Doubling up on the size means tripling the price. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to figure that out in a moment. Sorry, I had quite the cough coming up, so I turned off the mic. Yeah, that's not going to work out. We're going to save some money first. And then try to think of the best way to go from here. But one thing is for sure, we don't have any work to do on our land. If we take a look at stuff like weeds, there are hardly any weeds on it, just a little bit. Here a little bit too, but that's it. So fertilized. This all needs lime though, so we have to do that at some point. Needs rolling. We can do some more rolling. That could be something to aim for. Get a good roller. Other than that, there are some cultivating jobs, a dead wood job, some plowing, rock removal and wood transport, so there are no interesting jobs. Let me take a quick look at the store. What do we have here now? A front loader, still that tractor, and an auger wagon, also known as chaser bins, are used in the field for temporarily storing different crop types and directly unloading them into other trailers. Semi-trailers can be attached to a tractor by using a dolly. So we have to get a dolly and then we can attach this. It's 70,000. I wouldn't know why we would need this right now. It has a lot of size to it though, so that is nice, but yeah. No, we're not going to use that, so that's not working out. What if we aim for a roller? What would a good roller cost to get us going? This one is 12.5 meters wide. This one is 27 meters wide. Wow. But it's also double the cost. This could be a nice starter, or this could be interesting if we get a cheap deal for it. Can't go that fast though, but it only needs 120 horsepower. So a roller could be something to keep our eyes on if we get a nice deal for it, or just buy it. Right now we don't have to roll because all the stuff is already growing. You have to do the rolling right after the seeding, I believe. So you know what? Let's just get another sleep. And then we can see what else there is to do. Well, good morning. It is January. A new year started. It is clouded, bits of sunshine, and we're ready for another day. But what is there to do? Well, we have to check our crops, see if there's something that we have that we can sell right now. But that's just going to take me one more month, although we do already get a very good price for it. So I actually want to see the real numbers out here. Let's see how high this is, because the high price should be 3,246, and right now it says it is already 33.18. So I think we're actually on the high price already. So what I'm going to do is we're going to jump to our grassland and we're going to sell all of the lettuce. So we'll start out with this, and then we're going to continue selling the lettuce, and then we'll probably get rid of that greenhouse so that we can turn all of this next time when we do the harvest also into grassland. So that's what I'm going to do. We have to drive this to the supermarket. So let's get that on the tag. It's probably up in the corner here. Up here, I think. Yep, that's the supermarket. So let's go. Let's drive, and we'll see how much money we make with all of this lettuce. Okay, here goes the first batch. Now getting on here is always a little bit tough, especially with stuff on your trailer. But here we go. Let's untie it. There we go. 55,000. All right, that's a good start. Let's get back at the rest and see how much that makes. And here we go with the second batch. Now let's take this slow because the bump will otherwise tip it over. There we go. 10 pallets. That's all of the lettuce that we have left. So if we untie now, that's all the money that we're going to get. Another 46,000. That is really good money. And if we take a look at it now, we can see that it has no more water, so there will be no more lettuce produced. So I think we should just sell this one too. So we're going to take a little drive back. We're going to sell that greenhouse too. We'll be done with greenhouses for a little bit until we find a spot to build one on the permanent farm. I do want to get one, maybe even two greenhouses on there just to produce nice products for us that we can use in different products, or maybe sell a little bit. It is some nice extra money, but I'm actually happy that we're getting rid of this. Now the area that we have over there is really going to be the grassland area, and I like that. I'm a fan of that. I also want to get this tractor repaired, so we have to visit the shop first and get some gasoline in it, or some diesel probably. So that's something that we're going to have to do now. But yeah, I'm happy that the grassland area will now just be a grassland area. And I think in a few months, because it's already January, so in February is also still winter. After that, it will start to grow. So we'll have March and April. And then in April, we can do another harvest. And we'll probably do a bit of plowing and extra seeding then, so that we really get a bigger grassland and make some more money on the actual grass. I think that's more fun than trying to make, ooh, that's expensive, 2,400. Then trying to make a lot of money on lettuce that we don't really have to do anything for, except every now and then water it a bit. So for the grassland, we actually have to do a job to earn money. So I like that more than the lettuce. We might still get a greenhouse that produces lettuce or maybe some other good, so just to have some extra side money. It could also be fun to just grow the other crops as well and try and sell those or something like that. But yeah, I'm happy if we're going to get rid of the greenhouses and we don't have to work them all the time. It's a lot of work making sure you get all of the stuff in the trailer and driving with that, especially with the front loader attachment. If we had a little forklift, that would make it easier, but still, this is just too much work for me, so let's get this over with. And here we go. Yes, let's get some fuel. we should be all good. There it goes, filling it up. Oh, lots of fuel as well. Really didn't take care of this tractor very well. There we can go. 300 for fuel. Lots of money. Okay, now the question is, where are we going to leave this trailer? We don't need it on the other farm anymore. Because we won't have a greenhouse there. So I probably can take this home to the main farm. We'll drop it out there. We're going to keep it. I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to use it again, so I'll just keep it. I'm not going to sell it off. But I think this is better off at the new farm. And then we have to get this tractor over to the other farm, though, because that's where we do all of the grassland stuff, and we need this tractor for it. And I think it's actually pretty neat that we have 2 tractors now on that grassland plot that can do the work there. They can do the mowing, the windrowing and all that stuff. So that is pretty good, actually. So I like to keep it that way. And might at some point get that back mower so that we can do a lot more work with that too. Actually, let's quickly check the shop for a deal. Maybe there is a nice deal out there now. Ooh, there's a tractor. Or a telehandler. Could be interesting, but we don't really have a use for it. A tipper trailer used to transport different crop types, but yeah, we have no use for it. We already have a good trailer here. And a baler. Oh, that's nice. But we also have a baler. So, I don't know. We have no use for it. I still haven't figured out if you buy stuff that's really cheap. Like, the baler is 54% off from the regular price. If we buy it and we patch it up, will we still make money on it? So let's say we buy it, we just repair it and immediately sell it again. Will that make us money? Because, you know, it's now worth 50,000. We patch it up for, I don't know, 10,000. So we spend 60,000 on it, but then it will be worth 80,000. Let's say something like that. Is that true? Is that how it works in the game? And is that something that we could use as a little trick to make some easy money? I don't know. Maybe you know. Then let me know so that we all know. That could be interesting, but it's also a little bit cheating, of course. So probably not going to use it a lot, but... Alright, so... Let's try and back this in here. Ooh, that actually went better than I usually go, so... Pretty happy with this. A big trailer and a small trailer. Let's drop it off. There we go. So, I'll just drive back now to the grassland. No, I'm not going to drive back, actually. Because we can just hit this, and now we can see our farm. I want to sell the greenhouse straight away, so that at least that is done. I have to get my orientation right. This way is the farmland. See, here we have everything. So let's get rid of the greenhouse. Let's just sell it off. Yep. Oh, we still get 7,500. And we had it for 51 months. Nice. Okay, that's gone now. So all we have here now is basically a lot of nice land that we can use for grass. Let me take this moment to immediately soften it as well. Because that will be a lot easier when we go into turning this into actual grassland. There's a little bit of a bump there. Yeah, let's soften it out here too. See, there's a lot of spots here that need some softening. There we go. And then I'm actually really thinking that what we could do... It's not even that expensive, so let's just go with it. We can turn this up to... let me load it. Probably somewhere up to here. Turn it into grassland. We do need the turning space and all for the vehicles, so not going to go too far. Maybe we can do it like this. And then this can all be turned into grassland, 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 grassland. And then we'll stop somewhere here. That will add quite a bit of land. We might be able to do a little bit of this. I think we already did the edges. We might even be able to go a little bit further out here, but I don't really know where our field stops. If we click it, we can probably see. So we can do a little bit more here too, to just get more grassland. If we do this batch like that, we can get quite a bit more grassland. We might even buy a field like this. It's only 58,000. And we get extra grassland. But I think very early on we decided that this would be for animal pasture. So maybe that is something to start saving for. So we can get a cow pasture and shed, and maybe a chicken pasture or something like that, or sheep or whatever. So that's things that I want to get into. This is also nice. Oh, this is a nice contract, but way too much work for me. And now that we've done everything we had to do on that other farm, I can either drive there and we can see what we do. Or we just go to sleep right now, because I don't want to do contracts. We have nothing more to do or sell. We don't have any production facilities. And the next thing up will probably be just go to spring and then work our lands. So I think there's nothing more to do right now than just go to sleep. I mean, we have money on the bank, so we don't have to do anything. So yeah, let's get another sleep. Well, good morning. It's February. Ooh, there the snow comes in. It's very snowy and white now. Again, there is nothing that we have to do. All of our fields are okay. We don't have to worry about it. See everything. Oh, there's weeds on field 19. Oh, that is something. Might have to check that, see what's out there. And then we might have to use the... oh, we can probably see it this way. Large fields, large wheat, so it needs herbicide. Ah, we should have done this earlier, so this is a little mistake. But we can just leave this for now. That's okay. Oh, no, that's 18, by the way. This field has no weeds on it, actually. It's not even our field. I was I was mistaken. Okay, good. This field 19 is not ours. So, yeah, there's not a lot of stuff going on our farmland. So, all is good. This is growing and should be ready at some point to be harvested. So, there's not much to do. Probably a contract or two, but I'm not interested in contracts right now. And especially none of these. So let's just skip through winter. Let's get into spring. Then there might be a few interesting contracts. And at some point, we can really start to work and plan on our own farm again. So let's do another sleep. And there we go. And it's springtime. Nice. Now everything will start to grow. This is 5 out of 9. That's nice. Should get a very good yield out of this. There's a lot of stuff that we'll have to do soon once we get to the harvesting. 1 more month and we'll have to do the grassland. There might be some interesting contracts now that can make us some money, like weeding contracts and hoeing contracts and all that stuff. So we'll have to see about that. We're going to drive this tractor back to the grassland now, because the next month we're going to need it to work the grassland. In April, the grassland should be ready. And I just want to check the grassland now and see how it's going. And then from there on, we can decide what to do next. But I think there will be a little bit more skipping again. Not skipping stuff, but just skipping time so that we get to work on our fields. And now that we have 239,000, in a couple more months, we'll have up to... We'll have to pay, of course, for property management and all that stuff. So there will be a little bit less and less and less every time. We're not making any money right now. We're not growing any lettuce anymore to get more money. But let's say we end up with 230,000 around the time that we're going to have to do the harvesting. That means that until then, we have room to maybe buy a field. And if we can buy a field that actually has the right crop on it, we can get that harvested too in the harvest time, and we can make money off that field. And we will still get another batch of silage in for a lot of money. I believe that's around 60 to 80,000. So in April, we can do the grassland again. Then in May, we can sell the silage. That will get us another 60 to 80,000. So let's say we have 300,000 to spend on fields around our farm place. Or we could get that production facility. That's a trade-off. On the other hand, if we do all the harvesting of the fields that we have, we will also make a lot of money on that. So we could probably buy a field, make sure that we keep some money in the pocket, and then with the money that we get from the next harvest, we might be able to still get a production facility as well. So that's going to be the interesting factor right now, to see how that will go. So yeah, that could be something. But I think with the money that we have, we can actually start to look ahead and figure out what can be next and how can we do that. One of the next things will be to start plowing out here, so that's going to be interesting. Oh, I should probably have brought the plow. But on the other hand, I think we need to do the plowing with our strong tractor. We just have to move all of this stuff at some point. Grassland looks good though. It is at stage 3 out of 4, 95% yield bonus. So not just 95% yield, but yield bonus. So this is all right. So I'm going to just park up here. And we're going to end this little episode here, because we have done all that we have to do today. And then In the next episode, we will skip 1 more month and start working on mowing the grass, windrowing the grass, getting it all in, and expanding our grassland. Ooh, nice truck, but we don't need it. Alright, so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.